In the last video, we looked at the first 6 possible reasons why a person's display of accountability may be low. Here are 6 more. Number 7, confusion over authority and boundaries. If there has been no conversation about expectations and limits, this is unhelpful, especially if the person is naturally very careful or overly respectful or polite. Number 8, over-engaged parenting. For example, mom or dad always made problems go away and cleared the path, so the person has no real understanding of the efforts involved in achieving things. Blaming others is common in this case. Other people are supposed to handle the detail, making things easy and smoothing the transition to the next level. This leads to, in essence, learned helplessness. Number 9, external work ethic or attitude adoption. Parents, relatives, or closest friends have minimal or no work ethic, perhaps resent traditional work structures or hierarchies, or authority as a concept, and have ingrained this attitude in your team member. Their effort and engagement is therefore actively, consciously being limited. Number 10, biological development phase. In terms of maturity and perspective, perhaps your team member can't see a big picture yet, no matter how hard you try to explain it. Bear in mind that the key age for full brain development can run to 25 years. Rational, grey area accepting, self-controlled, adult thinking and behaviours are the final pieces to fall into place. Number 11, lack of understanding of management. Often, nobody explains to new managers that management is not just about practical work. It's as much about the thinking, observation and strategizing that will build new work ideas and initiatives. That this half of the role is missing is felt strongly by other managers, but the new manager simply has no idea that this gap exists. Tell them. And number 12, no strong example. If there's no consistent example of accountability close to them, so they have nobody to model themselves on, consciously or unconsciously, in this respect. This can happen when, throughout the management structure, accountability is known about as a concept or buzzword, but not really actively demonstrated. This all means that Googling generic advice is quite unhelpful, as the reasons for the person's behaviours need to be understood, and it could be any of the ones we've gone through or different. Only you can find that out as their manager in direct conversation. Assumption is our downfall, so should be avoided at all costs. That said, you may never know the exact reasons. However, it's important you understand how varied those reasons could be. This also means that if you're not having regular one-to-ones with your people, building those relationships, you've no hope of establishing where the problems might lie and what to do next. And so you could waste a lot of your own time going down the wrong path. Often just sitting with someone to discuss role expectations and boundaries within a bigger picture can solve a lot. Then they can start spotting their own potential tasks rather than you as a manager, constantly having to come up with ideas and delegate them. Those who are suited to moving upwards in an organisation are very receptive to this. On to the 5th and final video for some tips on coaching around this topic.